All right, 3 ways you know some pattern you're trying to get rid of is you're trying to change in yourself is ancestral. The first is it just keeps coming back over and over. You've tried many things, it just keeps coming back. It seems so deep in there. It is very likely an ancestral thing. It's much harder to change deeper, older ancestral things in your body. The second thing is you very likely have seen this in another family member. Maybe you see it in many family members, but you at least can recognize it in a grandma, grandpa, an aunt, an uncle, your mom or your dad, a sibling. You've seen this same kind of pattern. And the third thing is you likely hate it in yourself. If it's something you're trying to change, there's times when you hate it in yourself and you judge yourself for it. Then you know it's some sort of ancestral pattern. There's many ways you can work with this. Many, many ways. I'll just give you 2 quick tips today. One is to identify where it came from. Like, do you see it in your mom's side or your dad's side more? And then think about, what do I know about that grandmother or grandfather? What do I know about that great grandmother or grandfather? Where did they live? What did they go through? Maybe they went through war. Maybe they went through extreme abuse. Maybe they went through violence in the home. Maybe they went through alcoholism, depression, some mental illness. That does not mean that you have to go through, you are succumb to that. But it does mean it was passed down in the blood and in the DNA. And you have the opportunity, and I say the responsibility really, to shift it. So you want to understand whose line is it, and what do I know about where they came from? The land, the country, the challenges of that country a few generations back, the challenges of their upbringing. So look to them as a source of information. Then if you can go back that few generations and understand what the great-grandfather, great-grandmother, or even more were going through, or maybe just grandmother, grandfather, then you start to think of them with a prayerful heart, with a loving heart, with a compassionate heart. Because giving to that point in time and them in history is sometimes easier than giving that to yourself. You need to also give yourself that compassion and patience and love. So you do whichever's easier. Either focusing on that point in time and understanding it and giving it compassion and love, that person, that point in time. And it will, if you do that consistently, it will help heal the issue. Every time it comes up, do it again. So those 3 reasons that something is really hard, it's ancestral, sometimes you've hated about yourself, you've seen it in other family members, but work with a heart-centered intention every time it shows up. And I promise you it'll get easier and easier. Good luck.